Hello, Internet! You are watching Mr. Axebane. I'm playing Farming Simulator 22, and this is episode 13 of my Griffin Indiana series. And the sun has just come up. It's almost 8 a.m. Whoops, got stuck at the door there. Don't mind me. I just haven't completely woken up. Yes, so it's almost 8 a.m. Alright, so we got 400 liters of honey here. We need to go ahead and remove that so that more of it can be produced. And we harvested the field of soybeans yesterday. Looks like there's a crow here looking for some crumbs. And it's not time to harvest these canola yet. That's going to be quite a ways away, actually. If we look at our calendar, canola is typically harvested here July and August. So, over 6 months away, it looks like. So, because we're in the second half of November. And I checked the forecast too. It looks like we're probably going to have a few days of snow coming up this winter. And, oh, I forgot I left my header just sitting in the field there. We need to bale this grass. And I'm really excited. I know last episode I talked about an idea that I was going to call multi-map gameplay. I'm going to give a summary of that again on this episode. This is episode 13. Back in episode 12, I talked about this extension of an existing idea. And I'm going to actually change the name of it. I mean, you guys can call it whatever you like, of course, but I found out that there's a map called multi-map, which actually stands for multi-fruit map, because it's a map that has a lot of extra crop types. So you have all these different fruit types that you can produce and grow, so it's called the multi-map. But also, I have a little bit more accurate of a term for it. Anyway, it's very similar. Multi-farm gameplay. Right? It's even clearer what we're doing there. You can set up multiple farms. It just so happens that they can be on different maps, and we can move goods between them. So, to give a quick summary of what multi-farm gameplay would be, like I say, it's an extension of an idea that I did not come up with. That's the idea I've seen several people on YouTube show in the Farming Simulator 22 community, which is the idea that you play a save game until you've saved up a good amount of money and you've decided where you're going to move. And instead of just starting a new save game from scratch, you sell maybe some of your equipment and you take the money you've earned from your current save game and you start a new save game, but you get to carry over the equipment and the money that you had. It's cool, a very cool idea. I like that. We're going to take it one step further. And that's where, when we leave this map, if we, let's say, start another save game right now on a different map, instead of just taking the money, which we haven't actually made money on this farm, we haven't turned a profit except from maybe some logging we did with a chainsaw. But regardless, if we took some money and we took some equipment and we decided to start a second farm on a different map, we could move those funds over. I can use easy development controls mod to do so. I could even move equipment over. I could even make the equipment have the same number of operating hours, so it's still a used piece of equipment. I can move what I like to the new farm, but this farm will still exist and we'll let it continue to be simulated, basically by simply advancing time on this save game whenever I advance time elsewhere, so that they're all always in sync. Right? So I could start a second farm on another map. I could take some money there, deduct it from here, take it to there. And then, whenever I like, I could transport stuff over there, like production, vehicles, hay. I can transfer between them, but not for free. And I can allow, if I go there and I do this for a year on a new map, I can just come back here and advance time for a year. Just skip time for a year. But I might come here to this farm. I obviously can visit this farm as much as I want. It will still exist, and hopefully it won't become abandoned. We'll come here maybe twice a year at least to plant once and then harvest a second time in the year, and maybe a few times more during the year to gather up the honey that we produced and either sell it on this map or even move it to another map to the second farm on another map if we chose to. So the rules are pretty simple. I can make a second save game, but I don't get to start with any money that the game would normally grant me when I start a new save game. Instead, if I want money there, I've got to bring it from here. I can transfer money just freely to the second farm, and even to a third farm, and so on. As we advance time in the other farms, we advance time in any farm we weren't visiting, like this one, so they all stay at the same time, the same number of years, same number of months. And at any time that I want to move equipment, not buildings, but equipment and tools and such, it's going to be very simple. For $1,000, I can move as many pallets, bags, and bales to another farm. To another one of my farms. Basically, a transport cost, as if you were like filling up a shipping container or something. So I could move, for instance, I can move all the honey and some of the hay and maybe all the wool. Maybe on the other farm, the second farm, I might set up productions that use wool or honey to make stuff. Or I might leave those and just bring some of the supplies we already purchased. Fertilizer and seed and hay. But either way, we can move as many of those kind of things for $1,000. And we can move any vehicle for $1,000 per vehicle. Real simple. That's what we'll do. And if we wanted to, we could sell a building and take the money to another area, but we can't just transfer the building because you can't easily transport buildings in real life. So, and of course, we're not trying to simulate real life. Just an idea of I can have multiple farms and multiple save games, and this place will keep chugging along even if I make a farm on a whole different map. Okay, so that was a not so quick summary of what I explained last episode with multi-farm gameplay. But we're still on this farm right now. We only have one farm at the moment. But I'm still getting really excited about trying to decide which map I'm gonna move to, or which map I'm gonna start on my second farm. And if I didn't like a map at all, I just just for whatever reason wasn't enjoying it, I could sell all the buildings, sell all the equipment, and just never come back. But I like this farm, so if I start farm number 2, this one's I'm still gonna come back here every so often, mow the grass, check the place out, plant some more crops if needed, and so on. So let's actually, speaking of crops and planting, I think I need to fix part of my field before. Well, actually, we're gonna be plowing the whole field or cultivating it before we can plant it again. So I was just gonna fix part of it where I didn't get it before when that tree used to be there. But I might just actually do the whole field since we need to do that anyway. In fact, I might get it going for a bit and then get a worker on it. So. But I'm going to start out doing it myself and start to turn the soil in this field so we can get ready to plant something else. Just got to press V to lower the plow, and then off we go. And luckily, I forgot to check before, but it's not set to create new fields. So if I go off the edge, it won't extend the field. Luckily, I don't want to extend it right now. I just want to plow it. All right. Oh, I got off a bit of track there. All right, just gonna get this done, or at least get a good portion done, and then have a worker take over. Oh, and I forgot to mention one more thing about the multi-farm gameplay. I decided that when I transfer stuff using $1,000 per vehicle or $1,000 to ship pallets, bags, and bales, if the destination has to cross, like it's overseas, has to cross an ocean, you double it. So if I decide to start another farm in the UK or in Europe, and I need to ship some stuff over there, it'll be $2,000 each time instead of $1,000. I thought that would be cool, so that way I'm incentivized a little bit to start farms that aren't overseas, but if I'm really tempted, there's some really amazing maps that are overseas that I would love to do. And the maps I played do not have to be based on real places, but even if they're fictional, whatever region they're based on, if it's a fictional European map, well, we'll consider it as being in Europe, so it would still be overseas. So maps may not be based on real places, but some of them will. Obviously this one is. In Griffin, Indiana. Anyway, yeah. That was just one more thing to add. I about the multi-farm gameplay. Okay, so it's about noon. Still plowing this field. And while I plow this field, I thought I'd go ahead and mention about 3 maps that I'm trying to decide between for where I'll be starting my second farm. And there are so many good maps. There's more coming out all the time. I'm so tempted. Really, the list would be more like 10 or 12 different maps, but I very, very carefully tried to narrow it down. Earlier today, I was looking at the mod hub and looking at the map category and reading about the features that they have and looking at screenshots. And I like maps that offer a lot of possibilities for customization, you know, me like crafting your own farm. I like ones that don't just include large fields but have some small ones. Anyway, obviously I like maps that look realistic. So there's so many maps that I'm tempted to buy, but I've tried to narrow it down to 3. And those 3 are Spruce Mountain Farms, Green Valley, I believe that's what it's called, and Eastern North Carolina. Those all just seem to offer a lot of that, like customizability, multiple sites where you could build your farm at the very least, so that you can. And I think all those maps, if not all but one, allow you to like delete all the buildings if you buy a piece of land, so that you can fully customize lands that you buy and such. Also, Eastern North Carolina has land prices that are roughly based on the real world, and also pieces of land on that map that have buildings. The land is more expensive because it has those buildings, so the buildings have the value that they would have, and it increases the land value, as it should. So I won't be able. So if I chose that map, for instance, I wouldn't get any kind of shortcuts. Like I wouldn't be able to get cheap land. I wouldn't be able to get cheap or free buildings. You know, it still would continue to be a challenge, because I'd have to get up, you know, a decent amount of money to buy any decent amount of land. Anyway, those are my top 3 at the moment. Like I said, there's so many other amazing maps that I was tempted to put on this list, and gosh, and there still are other ones. I may not choose from those 3. I'm still tempted, but those are the ones I think I've narrowed it down to. I'll just say them again. The maps I'm thinking of, and I'm trying to choose between for my second farm: Spruce Mountain Farms, Green Valley, and Eastern North Carolina. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get a worker on this field, and... Oh, wait. Something's wrong. Oh, they got confused. They'll probably end up leaving a section unfinished. We'll just finish... we'll just finish it afterward. Alright, I did that because I realized that I need to go ahead and get a baler and get to baling this grass, because tomorrow it's probably going to snow. And I don't know if that'll stop us from baling, but I don't want to take a chance. So I just got to go and rent that baler slash wrapper. We're going to bale them and wrap them and make silage. And here we go. Oh, and it tells me the AI worker has completed their task. Somehow I think maybe they haven't completed it, but they think they have. We'll have to check that when we get back. Okay, what did I need? Oh, the baler. Got to get a baler that also can wrap. That's going to be this one. Requires 145 horsepower. I think we have 150, right, on this truck. So we're going to lease that for a hefty 4,000. Ouch. That's all right. We should make good money on silage. You make 2 or 3 times as much as you do on hay, right? Something like that. All right. So we're going to grab this baler slash wrapper. We're going to take it back to the farm and find out if the AI worker actually completed that field already, because somehow I don't believe that. I mean, I just left. I don't think they had time. So they got confused somewhere. And we'll go see how and where they did. I'm just thinking again about the possible maps I might go to for the second farm, and I was thinking about Spruce Mountain Farms, which I'll probably just call Spruce Mountain for short. But it's really cool. It has an optional mountain climbing area, hence the name, but it also has some other cool features, like one of which is the ability to mine rock for lime production. Like you could install a mod that turns lime, produces lime from stone, and then there's places you can, at least one place you can do that, a quarry or something. You can do the mining. Just one more option for like a side job. You know? Ah, there's just so many cool features all these different maps have. It's hard to decide. All right, so I should be able to press V to lower. Oh, and this one I've never used. We're gonna be also wrapping. I don't know how that's gonna work. So we can press B to begin, but let's see. I think it'll go ahead and wrap it, unless it's a bale that's too large. And yeah, we're gonna just see what happens here. I think it's gonna wrap them. That's what we want. Oh, try to get. I'll have to come back for that bit. That's okay. Let's see. Come on. It's not that complicated for me to. Alright, here we go. 25%. Yeah, 40%. 50%. It'll be making a bale here shortly, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully it wraps it properly. Maybe once it's full, there's an option you push a button to wrap that. We're about to find out if I can get a proper line and stay straight enough. Almost full now. Alright, it's full. Let's see what happens. So we can go ahead and let's see. Usually it's Y. Yeah, you press Y. Now it's wrapping it. Okay, cool. And this one, oh, I think you can keep going even while it's wrapping. I could then. Usually you have to wait. Yeah. So, or it's gonna keep going anyway until it builds the next one, and we'll drop. Or maybe I go ahead and press Y to drop it. Yeah, okay. We'll just drop it there. That's fine. All right. So yeah, I'm just gonna see how much silage we can make out of this grass. Well, it's 5 p.m. now, and the sun's starting to set. It's beautiful. But I still have baling to do. And also, that worker definitely did not finish the field. They didn't do that much of it before they thought they finished it. But that's okay. We'll finish it tomorrow. Hey, where'd that bale go? Did I leave? Oh, what the heck? That didn't wrap. Oh, that's interesting. I'm not sure how that happened. Huh. That's fine though. I did something wrong there somehow, but all right. Just gotta try to get all this done before midnight. All right, I'm finally pretty much finished. I got one of the bales stuck, but it's perfect because I wanted to transport it over here anyway, where I've got the rest of them. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Looks like 11 bales of silage. And I don't know how much that's going to be, but that should be, even though it's less bales, it should be about as much, if not more, than we'll make selling the hay. So, shouldn't be too bad. All right, so we'll press Y to unload this last bale. There we go. And just need to get this back to the. Actually, I can just return it from the interface. Press P, go to least items, balers, return. Ha ha. So easy. And I'll worry about this header later. Actually, I'm going to gently push it out of the road, at least. Fine. That's fine. That's fine. It'll only be there for one night. Okay. Finally. Finished with the farm work. Well, actually, we didn't get finished. We got more work to do. I'll have to plow the other half of that field tomorrow. Oh, we got 400 liters. Let's go ahead and put this inside of the shed. And this shed has a nice light up top if you need some light in here. And we do. And doesn't have to be perfect. We just don't want them to get snowed on. It's definitely going to start snowing tomorrow probably. Alright. There we go. Cool. And we've still got a little bit of time to work with for this episode, so we'll go ahead and sleep and then see what's going on tomorrow. See what's in the sale paper and see what we got to work on. We'll go ahead and wake up at 7. Even at 7 a.m. I think it's going to be quite dark. Yeah. So we'll turn on the light. Take a look-see at the sale paper. Ooh, lots of different options. A cultivator that is 5 meters wide. Requires 180 horsepower, though. We'd have to buy our third tractor and get a better tractor to use that. That'd be kind of nice, though. Let's see, it's 5 meters. What's our plow? That's 1.6 meter. Wow, 5 meter would be way better, yeah. Gosh. And, okay. That's tempting. The second one here, and this machine can collect sugar beets from the ground and tips them into a trailer. Okay, we're not doing sugar beet yet. This machine can harvest the indicated crop type. So, oh, a grape harvester for almost 150,000. Yeah, we're not doing grapes yet either. Tractors are required. Okay, a tractor that starts at 380 horsepower. It's over 200,000, even though it's almost 50% off. We just got to look at it. We're not going to buy this. It's way out of our league, really, but look at this thing. Starting at 380 horsepower. The Fint Challenger MT700 series. Impressive. Alright, cool. Some cool stuff. I don't know if we'll buy any of that. I didn't mean to turn the light off there. That dang cultivator is tempting, but we don't have much money, and we are in debt to the tune of $210,000 right now. So we keep going in debt, and we need to start making money. So I don't know. We may have to wait on the cultivator. So it's almost 7:30. So and it's still dark out here, so it's early. The sun's about to come up, I think. Look at that. Look at that. It's beautiful. There's our canola. Okay, let's go see how much wool we've got. Just kind of curious. 593? That seems halfway decent. Yeah, we're over halfway to the first 1,000 liter. And I missed a bit of grass here and there. Alright, while we're waiting or for the sun to come up so we can actually see what we're doing, we'll go ahead and go back in here. back in here, back in here. And I'd like to check and see what we are going to be working on next, basically. Oh, and we've got to remember that we're going to be selling, let's see, hay in January and February. December's not bad either, but we might as well wait till January. And the silage, let's see what that's going to be like. That's also best in January or February. 340 per 1,000 liter. Oh, this is working now. Okay, I was going to see if we could see the silage in here, but it's not showing yet. But the wool is showing up. If we sold it right now, make almost $1,000. So not much, but we haven't had them for very long. So cool. Ah, the sun has come up now. So nice. So very, very nice. Oh, okay, so I forgot. We need to finish plowing up this. We got weeds growing now on this side, but not in the plowed side. So that's the next step on the agenda. I just gotta, oh yeah, we had the worker using the tractor last, so it's gonna be over here somewhere. Yep. Alright, so I'm just gonna hop in here, fire it up, and try to get the rest of this field plowed. There's a nice farm overview. And now that the edge is nice and straight, let's see if we can start this row and then get a worker on it. And maybe they'll do a better job this time. I hate to badmouth the workers, but that was not a good job last time. Alright, let's see. So far, so good. The header's going to get in the way probably, so I better get that out of the way. I can use the truck to move it or the tractor. I love this little truck. We'll just fire it up and use that. I know I said it before, but I'm really getting excited thinking about which map I want to start my second farm. And who knows, a new map might come out before I do start it that might be even working. Where's that worker at? Are they coming back? Yeah, okay, they're coming back. So far, so good on that. Alright. So, I'm just gonna kind of shift this around. There we go. That's good. Let's see how they deal with, which these crops probably don't matter at all. Just the position of the field and the shape of the field. Yeah, they're not too bad. They just left a bit there. Oh, and maybe over there. Well, hopefully they'll do most of the field and we can just clean up the last 1 or 2% that they screw up or that they don't do. How you doing, sheep? We got 14 sheep still, so we don't have any new sheep yet, but I'll see how much food they've got too. Oh, they've eaten about maybe 40% of the food. That was only 1 bale of hay. We got a whole lot more bales, so. And I'll have to think about getting some kind of a front loader at some point to move these bales around and stuff. I could use a automated bale loader, but those things are pricey, so I don't know yet what I'm gonna do. For now, they'll just sit there and wait till we need them. See where that worker's at. Oh, they're turning around and coming back now. Alright, cool. Yeah, we don't need to babysit because then we're just wasting time. Alright, so it's 10 a.m. First half of December. Snow is likely on its way. Let's see if the weather forecast shows snow today or if it's going to be... Oh yeah, it'll start tonight, probably around 6 p.m. And then it'll be snowing at least until... What is that, 11? No, 2100. 9 p.m. Something like that. Okay, so... We already checked the sales, right? Okay, yeah, nothing we need there. We can't really sell anything yet. That will start next month with hay and silage. And March we sell honey. April we sell wool. And I believe it's already too soon to think about when it's going to be time to sell the soybeans. Although we can check because I don't remember. It'd be good to know. Soybeans in June. Okay, so March honey, April wool, June soybean, January and February hay and silage. Hopefully we can remember that. Yeah. All right. Kind of curious how much honey we got now too. How many pallets we've got in here? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're about to have our 10th. Okay, cool. That's easy to figure then. So if it's 400 liters per pallet, and we got 10 of them, that's what, 4,000 liters. 4,000 liters, and honey is going to be worth $1,992. That's per 1,000 liters, so that's, we multiply by that by 4, and 7,968. So just under $8,000 in honey. We invested just over $50,000 in the hive. So we're still not gonna make a profit, but still, it's gonna be nice to have $8,000, right? So, oh, this part was where it didn't get plowed before, so that probably kind of threw things off too. Yeah, they may have gotten a bit confused because of the unplowed bit. That's okay. I'll just patch that up when they're finished. Okay, so just kind of wait on that, I guess. I mean, or I could just do it myself, so I don't pay the wages because I don't actually have anything else to work on at the moment. So that's what I might do, is actually just go ahead and do it myself. Save a little bit of money, and I have the time. I don't have anything else this day that I need to finish. Probably just let them finish the row, and then I'll finish it and get the little bits as well that were left behind. While I was plowing this field, I just realized something. The way that I'm planning to do multi-farm gameplay opens up an interesting strategy. So let's say you own 3 farms, and you decide to go and check each of the 3 farms, which is 3 different save games, right? And when you do, you go and you check the sale paper for each one until you find. Oh, I've got it set to. I have to set it to create field, so fix that last grass patch there. You go to one of the farms, you check the sale paper, and you find something that's used that you really need, but you need it on a different farm. Let's say it's like you're gonna save like $65,000, and you're like, crap, I gotta buy this. Well, you could buy it on sale, and then pay $1,000 to have someone ship it to your other farm. So once you started a few farms, you get a little bit more opportunities for sale paper opportunities, as long as you're willing to switch between the save games from time to time to check what's currently on sale in the other farms at the other maps. I don't think it's a huge advantage. Like, I don't think it would unbalance the game, but it would give you more. It'd be also the same as if you were passing the days frequently on a farm where you didn't have a lot of work to do, so you just kept sleeping till the next day and then checking the sale paper. So you could still do it on one map, but it kind of makes it, you know, easier and expands it if you do that over multiple maps, and then ship the machinery to where you need it. Something to think about. Okay, to fix this last part, I need to press V to lower the plow, and then Y to set it to create fields. So I can. This part used to have that tree, so we weren't able to plow it properly and create the field properly. So finally, the field is plowed. The field is ready for the next planting. I think. Let's see what it needs. Actually, it's not quite ready. We probably should put lime down before the next planting. Alright, so that wraps up this episode, folks. Just gonna park this tractor, and then I'll be heading to sleep in the cabin. And when I wake up, there'll probably be snow on the ground. That'll be exciting. Alright, thank you for joining me, everyone. I really hope you enjoyed it. This has been Mr. Axebane. Have a great day.